There's a generation that nobody talks about. Not boomers with their real estate empires, not millennials with their financial anxiety on social media, not Gen Z with their crypto portfolios. I'm talking about Generation X, the people born between 1965 and 1980, and their relationship with money is genuinely one of the most fascinating psychological stories of the last century. Because on the surface, it looks contradictory. But once you understand what they lived through, every single habit makes perfect sense. Let me paint you a picture. It's the early 1980s. A 10-year-old kid is watching his father at the bank. Dad has worked the same job for over a decade. Same paycheck, same routine, completely predictable. There's a pension waiting at the end of it all. Savings accounts are actually earning real interest. The mortgage has a clear payoff date. The formula is simple and it works. Study hard, get a stable job, save consistently, retire with dignity. That kid absorbs this blueprint like gospel. Now fast forward to 2008. That same kid is in their mid-30s. They followed the blueprint exactly. And then they watched their 401k get cut in half in a matter of months. Their home value collapsed. Their supposedly secure employer started handing out layoffs to people who had been there for decades. The blueprint was not just wrong. It was a betrayal. And that betrayal fundamentally rewired how an entire generation thinks about every dollar they earn, spend, save, and invest. Here is the first thing that seems contradictory about Gen X and money. Research from the Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies found that around 70% of Gen Xers report significant anxiety about whether they will actually have enough for retirement. Terrifying, right? But here's the twist. They also maintain some of the highest 401k contribution rates of any generation currently working. They do not believe the system will deliver, and they contribute anyway. Psychologists have a name for this pattern: defensive pessimism. You expect the worst outcome, so you prepare aggressively, and then you are actually covered when things go sideways. It is exhausting to live this way, but for Gen X, it has genuinely kept them financially afloat through multiple economic disasters. Now let's talk about the side hustle, because Gen X was doing this long before it became a trending concept with a catchy name. Federal Reserve data shows Gen X has higher rates of self-employment and secondary income than boomers or millennials. But here is what separates them from the hustle culture narrative. Most of them kept their day jobs. They were not trying to escape the 9-to-5 and post about passive income. They were building financial backup systems while keeping the main engine running. And the reason is deeply psychological. Think about what they watched in the 90s. Corporate downsizing became standard practice. Loyal employees who had given 20 years to a company were being escorted out with a cardboard box and a severance check. No warning, no loyalty returned. That image became permanently encoded in Gen X financial thinking. Never rely on a single income source. Not because you are ambitious and entrepreneurial, because you are genuinely afraid of what happens when that single source disappears overnight. The Etsy shop, the consulting clients, the rental property, those are not passion projects. They are insurance policies. Something else that confuses people who study this generation is their relationship with brand loyalty. An Adobe study found that Gen Xers are significantly more likely than millennials to stick with brands they have trusted since youth, even when cheaper alternatives are sitting right there. At the same time, they will change jobs without hesitation and walk away from corporations without looking back. How can someone have zero loyalty to institutions but fierce loyalty to a coffee shop or a clothing brand? The answer is actually straightforward once you understand the psychology. Institutions betrayed them. People and products, the ones that stayed consistent, did not. When a corporation lets you down, you get a form letter. When a brand consistently delivers what it promises for 30 years, that is a relationship worth keeping. They are not nostalgic. They are selective about who earns their trust. Now here is where Gen X gets genuinely interesting from a behavioral economics perspective. They are known for high savings rates and substantial emergency funds. But research from Eventbrite found that Gen Xers actually spend more in absolute dollar terms on concerts, travel, and live experiences than any other generation, averaging around $3,000 annually. Financial caution and experiential spending happening simultaneously. How does that work? The same psychology drives both behaviors. They save because institutions and systems cannot be trusted. They spend on experiences because possessions cannot be trusted either. Your home value can collapse. Your car depreciates. Your investment account can be cut in half. But a concert you attended, a trip you took, a memory you created, that cannot be repossessed. Gen X essentially figured out that in an unstable economy, experiences generate a more reliable return on investment than things do. The bank cannot foreclose on something that only exists in your memory. Their relationship with financial advisors follows this same pattern. Data from Cerulli Associates shows Gen X is the least likely generation to use traditional financial advisors. They would rather research independently, build their own spreadsheets, manage their own portfolios. But they also report being significantly anxious about whether they are making the right decisions. They do not want help, and they are terrified of getting it wrong. This tracks when you remember they grew up in the era when you could actually learn things yourself from books and research. They were the last generation to develop genuine confidence in self-education. Before the internet made everyone an expert at nothing, so they study finance on their own. But they also watched what happened when their parents trusted professionals with pension funds that later evaporated. The lesson became verify everything personally and trust no recommendation without independent confirmation. Here is a stat that surprises people. According to Experian, Gen X carries the highest total debt of any generation. But they are also remarkably strategic about what kind of debt they take on. They will carry a substantial mortgage comfortably, but refuse to let a credit card balance roll over month to month. The distinction is control. A mortgage is structured, predictable, with a defined endpoint you can plan around. Revolving consumer debt is chaos with compounding interest, and they watched it destroy household finances throughout the 80s and 90s. University of Michigan research confirms Gen X witnessed historic levels of consumer debt in their childhood and then watched the consequences play out catastrophically in 2008. The lesson was never avoid debt entirely. The lesson was only borrow money you can trace to a completion point. And finally, something that looks old-fashioned but is actually sophisticated design thinking. AARP research found 61% of Gen Xers maintain physical paper records of important financial documents, compared to about a third of millennials. They are not technologically behind. This generation built the internet. They just also remember when databases crashed, when companies lost records, when digital promises turned out to be worthless. They trust technology to work most of the time. They trust paper to work all of the time. Both things simultaneously. Digital banking app and paper statements, cloud storage and a fireproof home safe. It is not paranoia. It is redundancy by design from people who have lived through multiple system failures. Gen X money psychology is not contradictory when you understand its origins. It is a perfectly calibrated response to an economy that taught them trust and then punished them for trusting it. They play the game because they have to. They just never forget the rules can change without warning.